All right, we are back and we are about to start round three. Now, on the table, we have Tyler and Kenton. This is not the game for the championship. Brett and Justin are playing for first place in the tournament, but they both played on the streaming table, and we wanted to give you guys a taste of these Jets. So it's a pretty cool matchup. We've got Tyler and his Emmy 262s against Kenton and his P47Cs, and it looks like they've gotten started. So let's go ahead and start the clock. We've got these P47Cs kind of on the upper right quadrant of the table there. Ace, named Ace, Gabby Gabreski. It's going to give him two separate ace skills, loner and snapshot. Some very nicely painted P47s there. We've also got those ME262s. Kind of hiding behind the clouds there. It looks like that rear one might clip the cloud, or they both will actually clip the cloud, which is a pretty cool strategy. Burn that advantage, clip the cloud, go to neutral, wind up back advantage. And we got some natural metal P47s over there.
So how's it going on the Jet versus
Well, we're
Props
starting
table?
some deployment. This is a 4v4 game.
Right, I know it's
Should be it should be interesting. I don't remember seeing P47s very often.
no, they have not been used a lot, much less a named ace with Gabby Gabreski out there. So that's extra points just to get the skill and the extra firepower.
Hey guys, if you could use the white guy. And lead him with the ace there.
All right, so I'm going to walk over to the top table that's actually at table one and not on the stream. Watching Justin Baumgartner and Brett Cantor just finish their deployment on basically one level of the one side of the board. And I'm actually joined by my good friend Don Ayers. Don, Nerds of War Ayers, how are you doing today?
Tired. We just got done with the first Gettysburg event, and we're getting setting up for the second one. So
Oh, geez. You wait two events in one day for this?
yeah,
Do you hate yourself?
no.
Oh, oh.
Why would you say such a thing?
No, it's good to have you guys being the event staff for this, and thanks for all the help, and thanks for taking care of us and treating us nice and not throwing us out on our ears.
As you so richly deserve. You know that.
Which we do. We are those terrible, horrible people here. But overall, what have you seen with the games here at Adepticon up in the historical? What are some of the cooler, maybe indie or unique games that you've seen?
I just was over in the Firelock area there, and I was looking at some of the Blood and Plunder boards that are set up. Those are pretty amazing. And then there was a Blood and Steel Japan game that was pretty cool. And of course, the Blood Red Skies stuff from Lead Pursuit.
It never gets old, Blood Red Skies.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you ran a Beyond Big Alley game this year.
Mitch Reed ran it, and I was.
Yeah, you'll take no responsibility, right?
When I helped, I mean, I was, I was like the flunky. When you need like dice handed to you, I'm your man. I'm your man.
I wouldn't want you to overtask you there, but seriously, I won't keep you. I know you're making your rounds.
Yep.
Just want to thank you guys for all the help and have fun.
Thanks for being here.
All right, looks like Brett is being all serious here, trying to get in a tailing position around the edge of some clouds. Probably not enough moves to do that. All right, table number 2, where we've got James and we've got John, and yeah, it's in the desert or in the winter. P-40s versus Spitfires. So looks like there's a lot of cloud play in that one. That is the one that has the buildup on there, so it has kind of a corner of the board that's got clouds all over it. And we've got down here on table number 3, we've got the Flying Tigers fighting against KI-84s. Totally outclassed. Well, in real world. So this will be interesting. Yeah, exactly. Just don't fly better, don't suck. So fly good, don't suck.
We're going to move through these turns pretty quick here with only 4 aircraft for each player. It's really going to make this sort of move through the activation cycles. And a P-47 honestly is no slouch. It's a fast plane itself, so this could be pretty interesting. That Jet 1 trait is going to change things up a little bit as far as regaining advantage and gaining advantage as the game goes on. And we're clearing those chits and starting round 2 with all aircraft advantaged. out near the center of the table. Furball's getting close. $262. We've got an outmaneuver there. All these aircraft kind of moving towards the center of the table. Lots of diving and additional movement because of the speed of these two aircraft. And we missed the boom shit at the beginning of the game there. I believe it was for supply shortages. So those theater cards coming into play. We're going to go to Doug with some remote looks at the other tables.
Okay. So we're taking our quick walk around, look at the different tables. Table 2 with the D520s and the Spits. Then we're also over here for 3, Battle of Britain, Dover Cliffs with Flying Tigers P-40s and the Japanese KI-84s. Hey, work with me here. Could be anywhere off of Malaya. Oh, wait, no, not even that. Then we'll walk up to the head table. Head table. What are Brett and Justin doing? All right. Gives you a quick view around.
Believe we got a tailing solution here with a shot coming from those 262s. Had a robust play here to shake one die. No hit. We're down to 1 hour in the final match of our tournament. It's been a good one, some unique matchups. Nice close-up shot of these P47s and 262s there. Some beautifully painted aircraft. Moving in close with the maneuver. We've got an outmaneuver coming instead of climbing for advantage. That makes it fun. And he's all right. He's safe.
All right, Steve, what have I been missing?
Well, we got one boom shit there. I think it was from the beginning. I believe supply shortage is just going to give a boom
Yeah,
shit, correct?
yeah.
And no drop tanks. Yeah, just a very well played game here so far. Really thinking through these moves. It's a really, sounds cliche, but a real cat and mouse game right here with trying to position, trying to get some, making the choice whether you want to climb for advantage with your pilot action or outmaneuver with your pilot
Right.
action. There's been some deliberation with that, but it's, this is a good game.
Well, obviously with the Jets there, I'm sure they're holding the P47s down a little bit.
Yeah, not giving much choice, right? So
Yeah.
you kind of remove that choice for that pilot action. But right now that supply shortages was the difference. A lot of ground being covered by both of these planes, really trying to
Yeah,
stay.
they're both fast airplanes that are going to get it all over the place. Obviously, 262s are move 11. Or move, sorry, 10 for the slower ones. That's right.
So we got another maneuver attempt here. Saved it. Two 6-2s continuing this march across the board. That's it. That's the end of another turn. Leslie, thanks for joining us. This is the last round of the tournament. Just to refresh, at the top table, we actually have Brett and Justin. At the second place table, we have James and John. And we're streaming a third place table of Tyler and Kenton, just to give everyone a little taste of Jets. Really enjoying this game, the way it's shaken out. That 260 going into the cloud. Using those clouds to his advantage, getting that free neutral, being in the clouds. One of my personal favorite tactics to use. We're under an hour here in the final round. Kenton's first appearance in the tournament here. He's doing really good. He's never played against Jets before. Unfortunately, we're kind of short-staffed today, having to put Brett in the booth. Didn't get to use our new mini-map functionality you could see down there on the left-hand side. That's a bit of a bummer. Again, both of these aircraft being so fast, it kind of changes the tactics when the planes can cover that much ground that quickly. We got a 262 in pursuit here. Going after this close P-47. Going for a heavy hitter shot here. This could be a pretty big swing if it's successful. So heavy hitter really gives a good... We're going to take a timeout. So that loaner coming in.
Yeah, before you roll, I'm still going to play robust because one is an aircraft trait, one's a. Correct. That's right.
A lot of card play there with robust.
No hits.
And a miss.
Yeah, he knows he's being shy.
It's exciting. Sort of trading places on the board here. So this is an opening shot here. Loaners coming into play. Oh, roll one more.
One escaped.
Yep. Just re-roll it. So we got a boom chit on our P-47s there, but he did dodge, did not critical dodge, which was, man, it proved very, that critical dodge proved to be very decisive as we move through the game today. looking at one boom chit apiece. Nobody's lost an aircraft yet. And I believe we're going to go to Doug for a view at our top table and our other tables that are going on to finish.
Yeah,
up
absolutely.
This
I'm going to get the other camera going. If you've all right.
That'll stay like that for 5 seconds.
All right, table 2, D520s, Spit 5Bs. The top table, table 1. Brett with all of the 109s again. 4 boom chits on the spits. 2 on the D520s. And they're still mixing it up. Japanese versus the AVG. We haven't done a walk by of the swag table. So there's all kinds of stuff to give away. Obviously, the great Adepticon miniatures or medals. Those always look good every year. We've got Blood Red Skies trophies, Blue Falcons, paint to give away, glasses, and magnets. Now, the glasses this year, got to bring this up here. Hopefully, it'll show it well. At the bottom, none other than Doug Masters, Colonel Ted Masters, Colonel Akir Nakesh is up there. Yeah, he's pretty much, yeah, he needs a few drinks. And then Chappie Sinclair at the very top.
And these jets are definitely, yeah, they pose an interesting problem as it changes the way you have to think about playing this game, not being able to get that free climb for your pilot action. It definitely, if you have not played against those jets, can be challenging to register that. And we've got an interesting puzzle going on over here with this one P-47 kind of getting singled out by the rest of the dogfight. And this could actually get interesting with that situation of that one aircraft being in the clouds. I think we're going to see some action over here on this side. Yeah, I'm sure the Gladiators are interesting aircraft to play, Leslie. jet being outmaneuvered over there by that cloud.
Leslie, gladiators are not more fun. I was just talking to my good Irish friend over here who was saying the same thing about shouldn't you, how many gladiators could you put in a tournament? I'm like, 8. 8 is the maximum. That's the maximum of any airplane I can take. So, no, we're not taking Gloucester gladiators in our tournament.
Got a lot of planes down here close to our low cam. Show you some of these nice paint jobs we have. Got a little cluster right over here that you see on camera, and on the back side of the board there's like a secondary fight going on that I think is going to wind up becoming a little bit decisive depending how it's played. That guy kind of got to no man's land there. He can't climb up and he can't outmaneuver or attempt an outmaneuver. Kind of stuck right in the middle. You can see these aircraft getting spread out all over the board. Oh, so we might have a crit here. We got to see how this shakes out. Shooting attack. Oh, we had a
Oh, we just
262
lost
get
to
shot
262.
down. So that's going to be 2 boom shits.
All right, now all of a sudden it's getting
Holy
serious.
smokes.
Serious on the jets. And it
And
wasn't
we
even the ace that
lost
did it.
a pilot skill 3 there. And that's going to start to change things.
Oh,
And we've got
Gabby's
another
getting pressured.
Yeah, I'm gonna robust them. I've got too many years. Oh, critical hit. Nice roll.
So we've got a
Oh.
critical hit.
Critical on Gabby.
Boom shit's coming back. Possibly looking for a critical dodge.
Really? Only a
He
single.
dodged it, but
Shot down,
he
but takes the
takes.
boom shit still.
Sitting at 3-2 with the boom shits. And what are you seeing on the other tables, Doug?
Well, taking a look at the other tables, obviously we just finished the AVG versus KI-84s out there. KI-84 is getting 2 aircraft shot down and being boomed out. So AVG jumped back up with Aaron. And just looking at the P-47C over here, just reading, for people who haven't looked at Gabby Gabreski, got to realize he's got both snapshot and loner and +1 firepower. So it's interesting seeing the name Dace. They're saving the day.
All robust again.
Robust as always. Ooh. Yeah, top table. It's looking kind of strange. 1 boom shit on Brett, none on Justin. So yeah, pretty inconsequential or inconclusive right now.
Brett just stepping out of retirement, right?
I know. You gotta. I think he probably doesn't have the endurance that you retire from the game. You're just not used to being in the zone for 3 games.
We've got an outmaneuver attempt here. Oh, and he got the outmaneuver.
All right, an outmaneuver there that just changed things for one of the P-47s.
I think this ME-262 coming out of the clouds is going to have an attempt here to really swing this game. It's gonna.
Yeah, I think it popping out of the clouds.
Question is, can he get inside that 3-inch mark?
Heavy hitter coming down, looks like. They
Just
must have been just
outside
outside the range of it. A lot of dice. A lot of dice. And a whole lot of nothing on that shot. That's almost a Steve roll, right? It's a lot of dice for no results.
P-47s were out of robust. That was an opportunity.
P-47 was out of robust, had no more robust cards to play. So we'll see.
This is a really, really excellent game going on here. Really like at some of these close-up shots we can give you these aircraft.
All right, looking over at the top table. Still two separate furball fights over there, and Brett just critically dodged a boom chit that was being thrown his way. So it's 1 boom chit and 0 boom chits. All right, we're going to take another look out and around. Going to see.
We're going to attempt to climb. Make it a deflection. Yep, got a
Big furball over there, Jason the Clouds.
And got a hit, regular hit. So 3. Let's roll 10 dice. That's huge. 7, 10. Give me a crit. There's the big one. Got it. Crit dodged it. Didn't even need to know what that was. Crit dodge.
Looking at the top of the board here. That lone P-47 over on the right side of the screen somehow survived.
All right, well, we're going to talk real quick. So, yeah. AVG versus KI-84s.
I mean, he tried luring me out. I took the bait and just chewed the bait up, maxed out the boom chits, and that was it. It was like a what? 2 turns of shooting and done.
2 shoot downs. Yeah, he got in back, and the cards I had were supposed to negate that, and it didn't.
Yeah. There's a time that it's the dice and the cards, and it just never lines up.
It was very much so the dice.
He plays a lot like I do, and we pretty much just did this, turned around, and like I said, the dice just in one turn it went from 3 to 0 to 4 to 0. And
Yeah.
a lot of 2 planes. So
Well, that's what I was noticing, that the downed airplanes were starting to rack up, and that gets fast and furious.
The downed airplane's on only one side, and that's the problem.
Yep. Well, exactly. And when you're sitting there with only 5 aircraft to start, and then you start losing those guys, the boom shits will take you out.
Had the shots and just didn't hit. That. But maneuvering, I don't consider it a bad loss because the maneuvering was great. It was just, unfortunately, sometimes the dice go your wrong way. And that's
Oh, yeah.
that's not, there's no excuse for that. I don't take it as an excuse, but I just had a good time maneuvering and getting where I needed to go, and just couldn't pull it off. So
Yeah. I know you wanted to make a shameless plug since we've been talking
I
earlier.
got a couple of shameless plugs. So I do a small commission business. My wife's going to be mad at me if I don't shout it out. It's called Noodle Dog Painting, because I have a Corgi Chihuahua mix who's my incentive to paint. If I don't go downstairs and paint, he's going to complain about it because he's not getting to sleep in his little bed downstairs and get his treat. So go ahead and look me up on Instagram. There's not a lot up there. I'll start adding more as I get a few more followers and the like. No, I honestly, the P40Fs, the robust, just whittling, reducing the volume of shots coming in, and the what is it, tight turn?
Right.
The tight turn, getting the maneuverability in there. It's good. I can get in the position that I want and then mitigate your damage. I can joust with you and normally come out reasonably well.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, thanks, guys. Good.
We had another failed heavy hitter attack while you were out at that interview, Doug, and it's man, these 262s have been getting into some good firing solutions, but have not been able to seal the deal, unfortunately. We've got P47s shooting here at these 262s. This could be potentially pretty good. A lot of dice. A lot of dice. Critical hit. We got a dodge coming here with this 262. And he dodged it. But he did pick up one more boom chit for his fourth boom chit. Well, we had another boom chit, which will boom out the 262s.
Yeah, there's that fourth boom chit going down range on that one.
I'm learning a lot. And I tried to get
So I think it's going to wrap it up. That's it. We've got 20 minutes left. The top
Yeah,
table
20
is still
minutes.
going. You want to take the the mobile camera over there give us a shot at
I
the
don't
top
know.
table? Doug?
It's not a lot of interest over there. There's a lot of boom shits just flying back and forth and not any landing. But I'll grab the camera. All right, let's see here. All right. All right, we're going to roll over with the camera. And we're going to see. We're still going back to 4 boom chits now on Brett.
Might be down one.
Oh, geez. All right, see if he dodges.
Yeah, your critical dodge is bailed you.
He's having to borrow dice as well. Borrowing dice. Man, what's happened to this top table where it used to be dog eat dog? Yeah, aircraft getting in there. All right, we'll head back over. They clean the table. You're muted, right?
All right, folks, we're going to put you on a tripod of just some of the other tables. We got about 17 minutes left of this round. This top table ended with Kenton getting the win over 262s. And we'll keep that camera up on a tripod, and we will let you guys just sort of watch and observe what's going on at the top table. And then we will be back to do awards. So if you come back in about 15, 20 minutes, we'll be here for rewards.
All right, still up on the head table in this sense. Top table, table 1. 4 boom chits to 1 for the, looks like the US P40Ns are going to do it to the Luftwaffe.
All right. I can't really do anything about it.
So we're over here at the top table. Oh, table number 3 or table number 2 just wrapped up. And it was John with the win, it looks like. So our what are they? D520s stuck it out on table 2.
Yeah. Like, no,
Right.
just now.
I'm going to actually get my graphic roll. I'm trying to wrap it
Is 7-3.
Looks like a pretty decisive boom chit advantage here.
Know it's coming. Sure do.
We're going to have a tailing situation here that could potentially swing this a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna snap roll. Okay. I'm still disadvantaged.
Miss.
Oh,
All right. Try again up here.
and there's going to be just kind of a piling on of shots here.
Yeah, there are.
Did I show you my 47 sprite?
Coming out of the clouds being
All right, so I roll 10 dice.
neutral really helps you burn that advantage.
Use battle fatigue. Scenario game. Right. If only I played scenario. I tried to.
Oh my.
And he fails, and it's a loss of a plane.
Unless I go drive an hour and a half away.
And that's going to swing it a little bit.
There is not.
I'm going to be in lacrosse in a couple of weeks.
Well, there is not because I'm west of Madison.
Oh, you're west.
And he's in Milwaukee, so it's like
T520 in Bulgarian markings. French fighters. Okay, yeah. I'm still like, all right, French are weird. Yeah.
Got this 109 coming out of the clouds.
Yeah, I got
I did not. Well, thank you.
Got an outmaneuver check coming up here. Failed it, and this is going to set up another shot.
I didn't need like
A face shot. I'll take it.
very nice. I put it awful lot of
Yep.
Head to head.
Hit. And right, up with the sweep. What's your
So you still get the boom chit.
Still acquired a boom chit there.
While in the formula is good. It's also expensive.
And this P40 is coming back.
4 minutes forward. It's I just put a boom chit on itself. You get a boom CHOC. They are.
See if you go down a level, and if you critical dodge,
and then keep the formula, and they're almost.
Oh, big swing there.
neutral three?
No.
All right, neutral two.
You have a neutral 2. I have 2 of them. Your choice.
This game is coming down to the wire with about 3 minutes left. Lot of great games today in the tournament. We had a smaller tournament than usual, but a lot of great games.
Just leave it running.
Big out maneuver here on this ace. He saved it. We've got 2 minutes left in this game.
Opening shot here.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining.
This guy right here. Opening shot. That's a hit.
So that pilot skill 3 is going down.
It's going to be the end of a round. They played a round out.
That's going to boom out the 109s, but we got to play out the round.
Yeah. You ask him like, okay, what is the rate at which I grade my shot? Okay.
We've got 1 minute left on the clock. So we're going to finish out this turn at the end of the clock.
Oh, this guy should have moved. He just did his opening shot.
Yeah, I did. I'm like,
No, I took the shot and did the thing, and then I'm like, all right, next activation. Incorrect.
I spent enough time being crap.
Boy.
The writers.
Mention driving on that.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap the tournament. We're going to go ahead and calculate everything, get our final stuff, and we are going to do awards. So give us a couple seconds here, and then we'll get the camera situated so we can show you guys where the awards and trophies shake out.
All right, we're going to get ready to do awards. All right there, Blood Red Skies team. The standings. Now, I will, even though he's not paying attention, all right, are you three troublemakers over there ready to pay attention? That would be you, Aaron. All right. So, in third place, 2 wins, 1 loss, 6 tournament points, and 8 tiebreakers. Aaron. The man not even paying attention to his own award. All right. One that I don't want to pass out. Can I give the non-award? Second place, 7 tournament points, a 2-1 record, and 10 tiebreakers. John Dudowitz. All right. Possibly the most painful part of the awards to pass out. I'm going to have to hire him on the lead pursuit team just so I can disqualify him from ranking. First place, 7 tournament points, record of 2-1, and finally didn't have the same number, 19 tiebreaker points. Thanks, brother. All right. So real quick, there's a couple more awards. My favorite, the Blue Falcon. Don't be the person that asks, why is your Blue Falcon gold? Shut up, we didn't ask you. So, the Blue Falcon. This year's Blue Falcon is kind of a double award. So, you ask people to help out, and they're awesome when they help out. But when you ask people to help out, you don't say, please punch the other players in the face. So, Brett Cantor, none other than our very own, who was in third place by points, but I am not awarding a third place trophy to an Elite Pursuit staff member.
Isn't it trending indicated I've now won this twice?
Yeah, exactly. I think we know who no longer needs to be on the team. Anyway, thank you everyone for playing. We have some more swag over here, so don't go anywhere yet. But thanks to everyone on the stream for watching. And as Steve would say, if you're not flying hard, you're hardly flying or something like that. Thanks, guys.